Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fast Talk English. Let's speak better English together.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Emma. We're here to help you improve your conversational English through natural, real-life dialogue.
Today, we have a really useful topic for you. We're going to talk about how to talk at the airport in English. This is super important because many of you travel or want to travel to English-speaking countries.
Exactly. Whether you're traveling for vacation, work, or study, you need to know how to communicate at the airport. Don't worry, we'll teach you all the phrases and vocabulary you need to feel confident.
So if you find this video helpful, please give it a big thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon so you never miss our lessons.
All right, are you ready to learn?
Let's get started.
So, Jack, how are you today?
I'm actually really excited today. I just booked a flight to visit my brother next month, and I was thinking about all the airport procedures this morning.
Oh, that's wonderful. Where does your brother live?
He lives in California. I haven't seen him in almost a year, so I'm really looking forward to it.
That's so nice. What did you do this weekend, by the way?
Well, this weekend was pretty relaxing. I went to the bookstore on Saturday and bought a travel guide. Then on Sunday, I just stayed home and watched some movies. What about you?
My weekend was busy. I helped my friend pack for her trip to London. She was so stressed because she didn't know what to bring. We spent 3 hours organizing her suitcase.
3 hours? That's a long time.
I know, right? But she's a nervous traveler. She kept asking me questions like, do I need my passport copy? And what if they ask me questions at immigration?
Oh, speaking of that, those are exactly the kinds of things people worry about at the airport. That's why today's topic is so perfect.
Yes, let's talk about the airport experience and all the English you need to know.
So, Emma, when you go to the airport, what's the first thing you do?
Well, the very first thing is getting to the airport. I usually take a taxi or ask a friend to drive me. You need to arrive early, maybe 2 or 3 hours before your flight.
2 or 3 hours? That's a lot of time.
Yes, but you need time for everything. Check-in, security, maybe shopping. International flights require more time. What about you? How early do you arrive?
Honestly, I'm sometimes late. One time I arrived only 1 hour before my flight, and I was so stressed. I was running through the airport.
Oh no, that sounds terrible. So when you arrive at the airport, you need to find your airline counter, right?
Yes, exactly. You go inside the terminal and look for your airline. There are big signs everywhere. For example, if you're flying with American Airlines, you find the American Airlines area.
Right. And then you go to the check-in counter. This is where you give them your passport and your luggage.
What do you say when you get to the counter?
You can say, "Hi, I'm checking in for flight number 254 to New York." Or you can just say, "Hello, I have a flight to New York today."
And they ask for your passport, right?
Yes, always. The agent will say, "May I see your passport, please?" Or, "Can I have your passport?" You give them your passport and maybe your booking confirmation.
What's a booking confirmation?
It's the paper or email that shows you bought a ticket. It has your flight number and seat information. Some people print it, some people show it on their phone.
Oh, I always have it on my phone. I never print anything anymore.
Me too. It's easier. So after they check your passport, they ask about your luggage. They usually say, "How many bags are you checking today?"
And what do you say?
You say, "I have 1 bag," or "I have 2 bags," or "I don't have any bags to check. Just carry on."
What's the difference between checked bags and carry-on?
Great question. Checked bags are the big suitcases that go under the airplane. You don't see them during the flight. Carry-on is the small bag you take with you on the airplane.
Oh, I see. So carry-on stays with you. Checked bags go below.
Exactly. So I usually check 1 big suitcase and carry 1 small backpack.
What happens after you give them the bag?
They weigh your bag on a scale. They need to check if it's too heavy. If your bag is more than 23 kilograms or 50 pounds, you might have to pay extra money.
That happened to me once. My bag was 28 kilograms, and I had to pay $75 extra. I was so surprised.
Oh no, that's expensive. That's why I always weigh my bag at home before I go to the airport.
That's smart. I should do that. So after they weigh the bag, what happens?
They put a tag on your bag. The tag has a barcode and your flight information. Then they put your bag on a conveyor belt and it goes away.
And that's when you say goodbye to your bag until you arrive, right?
Yes, exactly. You don't see it again until you land and go to baggage claim.
Okay, so after check-in, what's next?
Next is security. You need to go through security screening. This is very important.
I don't like security. It's always so slow and there are so many rules.
I know, but it's necessary for safety. When you get to security, there's usually a long line. You need to wait your turn.
What do you need to show at security?
You need to show your passport and your boarding pass.
Wait, what's a boarding pass?
The boarding pass is the ticket they give you at check-in. It shows your seat number, gate number, and boarding time. You need it to get on the airplane.
Oh, okay, so you show those documents and then what?
Then you put your carry-on bag and personal items on a tray. You also need to take off your jacket, your belt, your shoes sometimes.
Why do you take off your shoes?
Because the security machine needs to scan everything. Some airports make you remove shoes, some don't. It depends on the country.
And you put your phone and wallet in the tray too?
Yes, everything from your pockets. Phone, wallet, keys, coins. Then the tray goes through an X-ray machine.
And you walk through that metal detector thing.
Yes, exactly. You walk through the metal detector. If it beeps, they might check you again with a handheld scanner.
That happened to me once. I forgot I had coins in my pocket and the machine beeped. The security officer waved that scanner thing all around me.
That's normal. They're just being careful. After you go through the detector, you collect all your things from the trays and put everything back in your pockets.
And then you're done with security.
Yes, then you're done with security. Now you're in the departure area.
Oh, I like the departure area. That's where all the shops and restaurants are.
Me too. After security, I usually check the departure board to find my gate number.
What's a departure board?
It's a big electronic screen that shows all the flights. It tells you the flight number, destination, departure time, and gate number.
Oh, I always look at that. Sometimes the gate changes, right?
Yes. Sometimes they change the gate, so you need to check it. The boarding pass they gave you at check-in might say gate 12, but later it changes to gate 15.
How much time do you have before boarding?
Usually at least 45 minutes or 1 hour. So I like to walk around, maybe buy some water or snacks.
Do you buy things at the duty-free shops?
Sometimes. Duty-free means you don't pay tax, so things like perfume, alcohol, and chocolate are cheaper. But I don't usually buy much.
I always buy chocolate for my family. It's a nice gift.
That's sweet. So after you relax and maybe shop a little, you need to go to your gate.
How do you find your gate?
There are signs everywhere. They say things like gates 1 through 10 with an arrow. You follow the signs. Sometimes you have to walk very far.
Yes, some airports are so big. I remember at Dallas Airport, I walked for 15 minutes to get to my gate.
That happens. Big airports are like small cities. When you arrive at your gate, you wait in the seating area.
And then they call you to board the plane, right?
Yes, but they don't call everyone at the same time. They board in groups.
What do you mean groups?
They call different groups. First, they call first-class passengers and people who need extra time. Then they call Group 1, Group 2, Group 3. Your boarding pass shows your group number.
Oh, I see. So you have to wait for your group.
Yes. When they announce your group, you stand in line. The gate agent scans your boarding pass, and then you walk through a tunnel to the airplane.
That tunnel is called a jetway, right?
Yes, exactly. Or some people call it a boarding bridge. You walk through the jetway and onto the plane.
What do you do when you get on the plane?
You find your seat. The flight attendant usually stands there and says, "Welcome aboard," or "Hello, welcome."
I always smile and say thank you or hello.
Me too. It's nice to be polite. Then you look for your seat number. The seats have letters and numbers like 12A or 23F.
A is by the window, right?
Yes. A and F are window seats. C and D are middle seats. B and E are aisle seats. It depends on the airplane type.
I always want a window seat because I like to look outside.
I prefer the aisle seat because I can get up easily and go to the bathroom.
That's true. So you find your seat and then you put your carry-on bag in the overhead compartment, right?
Yes, the overhead compartment is the storage area above the seats. You open it, put your bag inside, and close it.
Sometimes it's full and there's no space.
Yes, that happens when the flight is very full. Then the flight attendant might say, "We need to gate check your bag." That means they take your bag and put it under the plane.
But you get it back after landing.
Yes, they usually give it to you when you exit the plane, not at baggage claim.
Okay, so everyone sits down, and then what happens?
The flight attendants do the safety demonstration. They show you how to use the seat belt, where the emergency exits are, and how to use the oxygen mask.
I always watch that. It's important for safety.
Yes, even if you've flown before, you should pay attention. Every airplane is a little different.
And then the plane takes off?
Yes, the captain usually makes an announcement. He says something like, "Good morning, this is Captain Smith. We're preparing for takeoff. Flight time to London is 7 hours."
I like hearing that announcement. It tells me how long the flight is.
Me too. Then the plane starts moving to the runway, and soon it takes off.
What do you do during the flight?
Well, on a long flight, I watch movies, read, or sleep. The flight attendants come around with drinks and food.
They usually ask, "What would you like to drink?" right?
Yes, exactly. You can say, "Can I have orange juice, please?" or "Water, please." They're very polite.
Do they always serve food?
On long air national flights, yes. On short flights, sometimes only snacks. They might say, "Would you like chicken or pasta?" And you choose.
I always choose pasta because airplane chicken is not very good.
I agree. The food is okay, but not amazing.
So the flight continues, and then eventually you land in your destination city.
Yes, the captain announces, "We're beginning our descent into New York. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts."
And after you land, what happens?
After landing, everyone stands up immediately and opens the overhead compartments to get their bags.
I hate that part. Everyone is so impatient.
Me too. I usually stay seated and wait until my row can exit.
That's smart. So you exit the plane, and then you follow signs for arrivals, right?
Yes. For international flights, you go to immigration first.
What's immigration?
Immigration is where they check your passport and ask why you're visiting the country. It's also called passport control.
What do they ask you there?
The immigration officer might ask, "What is the purpose of your visit?" You say, "Tourism," or "business," or "visiting family."
What else do they ask?
They might ask, "How long are you staying?" You say 1 week or 10 days. They might ask, "Where are you staying?" You say the hotel name or "with friends."
Do they ask hard questions?
Not usually, just basic questions. They want to make sure you're a tourist and not trying to work illegally or stay forever.
That makes sense. So after immigration, what's next?
Next is baggage claim. You go to the baggage claim area and find your carousel.
What's a carousel?
It's the big moving belt where the bags come out. There are many carousels, and each one has a flight number. You need to find the carousel for your flight.
Oh, I see. So you wait there until you see your bag.
Exactly. You watch all the bags going around and around until you see yours. Then you grab it.
What if your bag doesn't come out?
That's called lost luggage. If your bag is lost, you go to the airline's baggage service office and report it. They'll try to find it and deliver it to your hotel.
That happened to my friend once. His bag arrived 2 days later.
Yes, it's frustrating, but usually they find it. So after you get your bag, the last step is customs.
What's customs?
Customs is where they check if you're bringing anything illegal into the country, like too much alcohol, plants, or food.
Do they search your bag?
Sometimes. Usually you just walk through and they ask, "Do you have anything to declare?" You say, "No, nothing."
What does declare mean?
Declare means to tell them officially. If you have something you need to report, like expensive items you bought, you declare it.
Most people don't have anything to declare, right?
Right. Most tourists just say, "No, nothing," and walk through.
And then you're done? You're officially in the new country?
Yes! Then you exit the airport and start your trip. You might take a taxi, bus, or train to your hotel.
Wow, that's a lot of steps.
It is, but when you know what to expect and what to say, it's much easier. You know, Jack, while we were talking, we used many useful words and phrases that our viewers need to know. Let's go through some of them.
Great idea. Let's start with some important vocabulary.
First word. Check-in. This means the process of registering for your flight at the airport. You give your passport and luggage to the airline staff.
Yes, I always get nervous at check-in because I worry my bag is too heavy.
That's normal. For example, you can say, I need to check in for my flight to Paris, or check-in opens 3 hours before departure.
Another example, the check-in counter is on the second floor.
What time do you usually do check-in?
I try to check in online 24 hours before my flight. Then I just drop my bag at the airport.
That's smart. Okay, next word, boarding pass. This is the ticket that allows you to get on the airplane. It has your seat number and gate information.
Oh yes, you can't board without your boarding pass.
Exactly. For example, please show your boarding pass at the gate, or I have my boarding pass on my phone.
You can also say, I can't find my boarding pass. I think I lost it.
If that happens, you can get a new one at the gate. Okay, next word, carry-on. This is the small bag you take with you onto the airplane.
Right, it goes in the overhead compartment or under the seat in front of you.
Yes. For example, my carry-on bag has my laptop and headphones. Or, is this bag small enough for carry-on?
Airlines have different size limits for carry-on bags.
That's true. What do you usually put in your carry-on?
I put my electronics, important documents, and one change of clothes, just in case my checked bag gets lost.
Very smart. Next word, gate. This is the area where you wait before boarding the airplane. It's like a waiting room with a door to the plane.
There are many gates in an airport, right?
Yes, big airports can have 50 or more gates. For example, my flight departs from gate 24, or please proceed to gate 18 for boarding.
Another example, I'm waiting at the gate. The flight is delayed.
What do you do while waiting at the gate?
I usually read or check my phone. Sometimes I buy a coffee.
Nice. Okay, next word, security. This is the checkpoint where they scan your bags and check you for dangerous items.
Security can be slow, but it's necessary.
Yes. For example, I need to go through security before my flight, or security took 30 minutes today.
You can also say, please remove your shoes at security.
Security rules are different in different countries. Some are very strict. Some are more relaxed. Next word, immigration. This is the place where officials check your passport when you enter a foreign country.
Immigration officers can ask you questions, right?
Yes, they ask about your visit. For example, I went through immigration in London, or the immigration line was very long.
Another example, the immigration officer asked me how long I'm staying.
What do immigration officers usually ask you?
They ask, what is the purpose of your visit and how long are you staying? Usually simple questions.
Exactly. Next word, baggage claim. This is the area where you pick up your checked luggage after landing.
I always worry my bag won't come out at baggage claim.
I know that feeling. For example, let's meet at baggage claim after you land. Or, my suitcase was the last one at baggage claim.
You can also say, where is baggage claim for flight 305?
Good example. Okay, next phrase, duty-free. This means products sold without tax at the airport, usually cheaper than regular stores.
I love duty-free shops. Chocolate and perfume are so cheap.
Yes. For example, I bought this perfume at the duty-free shop, or duty-free prices are good for gifts.
Another example, let's look around the duty-free area before our flight.
What do you usually buy at duty-free?
I put chocolate for my family and sometimes a bottle of wine.
Nice gifts. Next word, departure. This means leaving, going away. At the airport, departure means flights that are leaving.
The opposite is arrival, right?
Exactly. Arrival means coming, entering. For example, my departure time is 3 p.m., or check the departure board for your gate number.
You can say, the departure area is after security.
Yes, and you can say, my arrival time in Tokyo is 9 a.m.
Departure and arrival are very important words at the airport.
Absolutely. Next word, aisle. This is the walkway between seats on the airplane, or between rows in a store.
I prefer aisle seats because I can stretch my legs.
Me too. For example, I have an aisle seat, 23C. Or, excuse me, can I get past you to the aisle?
On the plane, you can say, please keep the aisle clear for the drink cart.
What's your preference, window or aisle?
I like window seats on short flights and aisle seats on long flights.
That makes sense. Last word, delayed. This means late, not on time. If your flight is delayed, it leaves later than scheduled.
I hate when my flight is delayed.
Everyone does. For example, my flight is delayed by 2 hours. Or, due to bad weather, all flights are delayed.
You can also say, is the flight delayed? The board says delayed.
Airlines usually announce reasons for delays. The opposite of delayed is on time, which means leaving at the scheduled time.
Or sometimes flights are even early.
That's rare, but nice. Okay, let's quickly review all the vocabulary we just learned.
Good idea.
Check-in, registering for your flight. Boarding pass, your ticket to board the plane. Carry-on, small bag you take on the plane. Gate, waiting area before boarding. Security, checkpoint for safety screening. Immigration, passport control when entering a country. Baggage claim, where you pick up checked luggage after landing. Duty-free, tax-free shopping. Departure, leaving, going away. Aisle, walkway between seats. Delayed, late, not on time.
Those are really important words for airport travel.
Yes, if you know these words, you'll feel much more confident at the airport. Okay, Jack, that was a lot of talking about the airport.
Yes, we covered everything, from arriving at the airport to landing in a new country.
I know it might feel like a lot of information, but let's think about what we learned. It's actually a simple step-by-step process.
Right, let's break it down so it's easy to remember.
First, we learned about arriving at the airport and check-in. Remember, arrive early, find your airline counter, and go to check-in. You give your passport, show your booking confirmation, and check your luggage. The agent gives you a boarding pass. Important phrases are, I'm checking in for flight to London, and how many bags are you checking today?
Then we talked about security. You wait in line, show your passport and boarding pass, and put your things on trays. You walk through the metal detector, take off jackets, belts, and sometimes shoes. After security, collect your items.
After that, you're in the departure area. Check the departure board to find your gate number. You can shop at duty-free stores or buy food and drinks. Remember to watch the time and listen for announcements.
Next is boarding. Go to your gate and wait for your group to be called. When they announce your group, stand in line. Show your boarding pass, walk through the jetway, and get on the plane. Find your seat and put your carry-on in the overhead compartment.
During the flight attendants do a safety demonstration. Then the plane takes off. On long flights, they serve drinks and food. You can watch movies, read, or sleep. When the plane lands, wait your turn to exit.
Finally, after landing, you go to immigration if it's an international flight. Show your passport and answer simple questions like, what is the purpose of your visit? And how long are you staying? Usually simple questions.
Exactly. Then you go to baggage claim, find your carousel, and wait for your luggage. After you get your bag, you go through customs. They ask, do you have anything to declare? Most people say, no, nothing.
And then you exit the airport and start your trip. That's it.
See, when you break it down step by step, it's really not that complicated. Check-in, security, departure area, boarding, flight, immigration, baggage claim, customs, exit.
The key is knowing what to expect and having the right phrases ready.
Exactly. If you know these steps and vocabulary, you'll feel comfortable and confident at any airport.
Now we want to hear from you. This is our favorite part.
Yes, we love reading your comments and learning about your experiences.
Our question of the day is, what is your most memorable airport experience? And what advice would you give to nervous travelers?
Let me think. My most memorable airport experience was when I missed my connecting flight in Frankfurt because the security line was so long. I had to run to another gate and I was so stressed. My advice to nervous travelers is to always arrive early and don't panic if something goes wrong. Airport staff are there to help you.
That's good advice. My most memorable experience was when I traveled alone for the first time to Japan. I was so nervous because I didn't speak Japanese, but I learned that most airport signs have English and people are usually kind and helpful. My advice is to ask questions if you're confused. Don't be shy.
See? We have different experiences and different advice, and that's okay.
So, viewers, we want to know about you. What is your most memorable airport experience? Was it good or bad? Funny or scary?
And what advice would you give to someone who is nervous about traveling? Maybe you have a great tip that helped you.
Please tell us in the comments. Write something like, my most memorable airport experience was, and then my advice is...
Or you can write, I remember when and I think travelers should.
We read all the comments, and your stories help us make better videos. Plus, writing in English is great practice for you.
So please take a moment to share your experience in the comments below. We really want to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching today's lesson about talking at the airport in English.
We hope you learned useful phrases and vocabulary that will help you on your next trip.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. It really helps our channel grow.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, click the subscribe button right now. Don't forget to click the little bell icon too.
That way, you'll get notifications when we post new videos, and you won't forget to join us.
You are all great students, and we're so proud of your progress.
Keep practicing your English every day. Remember, learning a language takes time, but every conversation, every video, and every practice session makes you better.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are how we learn.
Exactly. Be confident, be brave, and keep improving. Have a wonderful day, evening, and night wherever you are in the world.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye. Safe travels.